Hey guys, thought I'd share with you some information about this Viron P320 pool pump. It's made by Astral Pools. That's Astral, A-L at the end, Astral Pools. And my experiences with it so far. So it's just over 3 years old, which means, you guessed it, it's just out of its warranty. Now it's a locally made product. It's an Australian made product. Australian made, from the circuit boards in it to the pump and the plastic housings and all that sort of thing. So trying to support Australian made here, 100% on board with that. But I'm having some difficulties in that. So they're a really high efficiency pump. They range from, it's like a multiple or variable speed pump, not just a fixed speed pump, which are traditionally a lot of your cheaper pool pumps are. So this pool pump was in the house when I bought it. It was only just replaced before I bought the house, so I thought, beautiful, I'm not going to have to touch the pool, aside from basic things and bits and pieces. I've replaced a salt chlorinator as well, but as in the cell itself, not the whole unit. But aside from that, it's been pretty much trouble-free. So I noticed the other day that it wasn't working. So I decided to pull it down and have a look. And I'll flip the camera around now so you can see what I found. Alright, so this is the pump itself, all disassembled. We've got the main control panel here, which has a circuit board and a little ribbon cable by itself. Now, it's made locally by Fabtronics. However, they're useless. Don't call them, because they will not sell to you. Anyway, this is the main control boards in here. So what has happened is this little 8-pin, now I forget the technical term that my electrical engineer friend has given it, but it's caused a couple of things to short out, including that bit there. There's some what appears to be capacitor electrolyte on the board. So we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I've called up Astral Pools themselves, got onto a service line. They said, sorry, we don't sell to the general public. You'll have to find a retailer or an outlet or a distributor to actually get parts from. Now, I've called up a couple of those guys. None of them had parts in stock. The only one that I was able to actually get wouldn't sell me the parts. They wanted to sell me this unit, which is attached to this unit, which bolts onto the pump itself. I can tell you that that's not cheap. He was going to get back to me, but he said, look, you might be better off buying a whole new pump. Now, this pump's just outside of its 3-year warranty by maybe 6 months. The pump itself, the motor itself, still turns fine. There's no issues with that pump at all. It doesn't make any noises or anything like that. Simply went to looked at the pool one day and there was no water moving. So I thought, okay, that's odd. It had tripped a circuit. That's the pool there. It's covered with some lovely leaves. Thank you to that hedge there. Thank you very much. But I can't do anything with it because aside from skimming it with a net, there's no water flow. So after a few attempts at resetting the power, it didn't come on. Nothing came on the control panel display here, which led me to believe that it wasn't actually motor burnout, because if you read the instruction manual for this, it actually has a fair bit. It's quite intelligent. It'll actually tell you with the code what the issue is. There's 6 or 7 different things that you can troubleshoot to identify what actually is happening with the pump. So it didn't give me any of those signals, any of the errors or anything like that. It simply just did not power on. So I thought immediately it wasn't the actual motor itself, i.e. motor burnout. It was more something like a control board or a PCB, printed circuit board failure. So I pulled it all apart and this is what we've found. So Astral Pools have not been any help at all. Fabtronics have not been any help at all, even though I can see a part number here. They are absolutely not interested in selling to the public or electrical contractors or anything like that. They seem to only want to deal with Astral Pools, and Astral Pools basically want to sell a new one because the old, they've priced the unit itself as prohibitively expensive. As I said, I'm still waiting on a quote to come back because he didn't have one in stock. He needed to check on availability and things like that. No doubt he will be contacting Fabtronics himself, trying to get this circuit board 13160-29647 to replace the unit that I've got here. But we will see how that goes. But look, I just wanted to give a bit of a shout out to how poor the customer service was. It's not a complex thing to pull apart. It doesn't involve any real skill at all. I pulled all of this apart and diagnosed it myself with a few pictures off the internet, and there's nothing that is complex about it at all. So there shouldn't be any reason why you can't do this yourself. And once I figure out what's going on, the repair of the circuit board might actually be more economical, because I can tell you now there's probably a couple of dollars worth of capacitors and bits and pieces involved in replacing and repairing that board, maybe some jumper wires or something like that to go over if they've burnt the tracks on the actual printed circuit board itself. This is all from my friend who's an electrical engineer, so we'll see how that actually goes. I don't have the equipment to do that myself, so I will be leveraging him. But it's just, for an Australian made product, I expected better support, but everyone seems to say, no, we can't deal with you directly, you need to deal with this person. Then this person says, no, I can't sell to you directly, you need to go to a distributor. Then the distributor needs to go, and you could just imagine the margins and the markups that's going on between all of those entities and companies, where they say, no, you can't buy, I need to sell to this person needs to sell to you, etc., etc. So look, I'm just very disappointed in Astral Pools and Fabtronics, trying to support local. I don't really want to go and buy a Chinese $300 pump and get me going again, because this is almost $2,000 pump. I would rather have this one doing its job efficiently and properly. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully we'll continue this with a better video in the future.